A lot of people with diabetes focus on what they eat during the day or the medications they take in the morning. But what if I told you that the real damage often happens at night, when you're sleeping and not even aware of it? That's right. For many seniors, blood sugar silently rises overnight, setting you up for dangerous morning spikes, restless sleep, and long-term complications that keep getting worse with age. I've seen people work hard all day, eating right, staying active, even taking their medication, only to undo it all because of small nighttime habits that quietly sabotage their progress. But here's the good news. Just a few simple changes in your night routine can flip the switch, lowering blood sugar, improving insulin sensitivity, and even protecting your heart while you sleep. In fact, some doctors couldn't believe how quickly patients improved just by adding these easy steps into their evenings. Imagine falling asleep peacefully and waking up with steady blood sugar levels. No spikes, no crashes, just real control over your health again. So in today's video, I'll walk you through 5 powerful nighttime habits that can transform the way your body handles sugar while you rest. Each one is simple, natural, and can make a real difference in just weeks. Before we dive in, let me know where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more health-boosting tips. Let's start with one of the simplest but most powerful habits you can add to your night routine, drinking a warm cup of cinnamon tea before bed. Cinnamon isn't just a fragrant spice for baking. It's been studied for decades for its ability to improve insulin sensitivity. What does that mean? It helps your body's cells, especially your muscles, respond better to insulin and pull sugar out of the bloodstream. Instead of having excess glucose floating around all night, your muscles soak it up and store it for energy. Research supports this. In one 2019 review published in the journal Nutrients, people with type 2 diabetes who regularly consume cinnamon had significant improvements in fasting blood sugar and insulin sensitivity. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that cinnamon slows down the emptying of the stomach after meals, preventing the rapid spikes in blood sugar that can carry into the night. What makes cinnamon so effective are compounds called polyphenols, particularly cinnamaldehyde. These compounds activate insulin receptors and help transport glucose inside cells. Think of it like oiling the lock on a rusty door. Suddenly, the key, insulin, works smoothly again. For seniors, this is especially important because insulin resistance tends to worsen with age. Now, before you run to the spice rack, there's something you need to know. Not all cinnamon is the same. The two main types are Ceylon cinnamon and cassia cinnamon. Ceylon, often called true cinnamon, is lower in a natural compound called coumarin. Cassia, the more common type in supermarkets, contains much more coumarin, which can be harmful to the liver if consumed in high amounts over time. For nightly use, Ceylon cinnamon is the safer option. Making cinnamon tea is simple. Boil a cup of water, add a teaspoon of ground Ceylon cinnamon or a cinnamon stick, and let it steep for 10 to 15 minutes. Drink it warm about 30 minutes before going to bed. Not only will it help stabilize blood sugar overnight, but the soothing warmth can also relax your body and prepare you for deeper sleep. There's another hidden benefit. Cinnamon is rich in antioxidants, which fight oxidative stress linked to diabetes complications like nerve damage and heart disease. One cup of tea won't solve everything, but over time, the steady improvements add up. A word of caution: if you're already taking blood sugar medications, make sure to monitor your levels closely. Combining cinnamon with medications may lower glucose more than expected, which can lead to hypoglycemia. Always let your doctor know if you plan to add it as a regular routine. If you want variety, try blending cinnamon with other blood sugar-friendly teas, like chamomile or rooibos. Just avoid adding sugar or sweeteners, which defeat the purpose. A drop of lemon can enhance flavor and add extra antioxidants without spiking glucose. For many people, this single habit makes mornings easier. Instead of waking up with fasting glucose at 150 or 160, they start seeing numbers closer to normal ranges. That kind of progress builds confidence and consistency. So, if you want a natural, simple way to improve insulin sensitivity while you sleep, start with cinnamon tea tonight. And if you're finding this video helpful so far, go ahead and give it a like. It really helps us share these tips with more people who need them. An apple a day may keep the doctor away, but when it comes to managing diabetes at night, one of the smartest moves you can make is reaching for a small, protein-rich snack before bed. Here's why. Many diabetics wake up with high blood sugar. even if they ate well the day before. This isn't always because of what you ate at dinner. It's often due to something called the dawn phenomenon. During the night, your blood sugar may dip too low. In response, your liver releases stored glucose into the bloodstream to compensate. By morning, you end up with high fasting blood sugar levels, even though you didn't eat anything. This is where protein steps in. A small, balanced snack in the evening prevents that sharp dip, keeping your glucose stable through the night and stopping your liver from dumping sugar into your blood. Foods like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or even a boiled egg are perfect because they digest slowly and keep blood sugar steady. Scientific research backs this up. A 2015 study in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism found that people with type 2 diabetes who ate a high-protein snack at bedtime experienced significantly lower fasting glucose the next morning compared to those who skipped it. Another study published in Diabetes Care showed that casein protein, found in dairy products like yogurt, reduced overnight glucose variability, helping participants wake up with more stable numbers. The star here is protein's ability to slow down digestion and regulate hormones involved in blood sugar. By preventing overnight lows, it keeps your body from triggering those emergency glucose releases. For seniors, this can be the difference between waking up energized or starting the day feeling fatigued and frustrated. Now, the type of protein matters. Choose snacks that are low in sugar and refined carbs. Greek yogurt, for instance, provides protein along with probiotics that support digestion. A boiled egg offers protein plus essential nutrients like choline, which supports nerve function. Even a small handful of unsalted almonds can work, since they deliver both protein and healthy fats that slow down glucose absorption. But be careful. Portion size is key. Too much protein, especially paired with carbs, can backfire and raise blood sugar. Aim for a light snack, around 10 to 15 grams of protein. Avoid common mistakes like reaching for granola bars, sugary yogurt cups, or crackers before bed. They may look healthy, but their added sugars and starches can push your glucose higher instead of stabilizing it. If you're lactose intolerant or prefer plant-based options, try tofu cubes, pumpkin seeds, or even hummus with cucumber slices. These choices give you protein without unnecessary sugar or unhealthy fats. Here's a tip. Prepare your bedtime snack in advance so you're not tempted to grab the wrong thing when you're tired. Consistency is key. If you can make this a nightly ritual, your body will adapt, and you'll start to see steadier morning blood sugar levels in just a few weeks. So, if you've been struggling with unexplained fasting spikes, this habit may be the missing link. A simple protein snack at night can keep your blood sugar steady, protect your liver from overworking, and give you the energy you need to start the next day strong. One of the most underrated habits for controlling blood sugar at night doesn't come from the kitchen at all. It comes from how you move after dinner. Just 5 to 10 minutes of light activity, like walking around the block or doing gentle stretches, can make a huge difference in how your body handles glucose before you go to sleep. Here's the science. After you eat, glucose from your food enters the bloodstream. If it isn't used quickly, it lingers, raising blood sugar levels. But when you move, even with something as simple as a slow-paced walk, your muscles act like sponges. They open up special transporters called GLUT4, which pull glucose out of the blood and into the muscle tissue, where it's stored and later burned for energy. This means that instead of heading to bed with high blood sugar, you go to sleep with a lower, more stable level. For diabetics, this is critical because it reduces the risk of dangerous spikes that can linger throughout the night and into the next morning. Research supports this. A 2016 study in Diabetologia showed that just 10 minutes of walking after each meal lowered post-meal blood sugar more effectively than a single 30-minute walk at another time of day. Another study found that light resistance exercises after dinner significantly reduced glucose levels in people with type 2 diabetes compared to those who stayed sedentary. And the best part? You don't need a gym or fancy equipment. Walking around your home, climbing the stairs once or twice, or even doing a few seated leg raises if you have mobility issues can all help. Gentle stretches before bed not only lower blood sugar but also relax your muscles, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. Of course, intensity matters. This isn't the time for heavy workouts that raise your heart rate too much and interfere with rest. The goal is light, steady movement that signals your muscles to use glucose without overstimulating your body. For seniors, this habit is especially valuable. It supports circulation, helps maintain joint mobility, and prevents that sluggish, heavy feeling after dinner. Even if you already take medications for blood sugar, pairing them with a few minutes of movement can amplify their effect naturally. So, if you usually head straight to the couch or bed after dinner, try swapping it with a short walk around your living room or yard. It's simple, safe, and one of the fastest ways to keep your glucose under control before the night begins. Here's a habit that may surprise you. Simply lowering your bedroom temperature at night can actually help control your blood sugar. It sounds almost too simple, but research shows that the environment you sleep in plays a role in how your body manages glucose. The secret lies in something called brown adipose tissue, or brown fat. Unlike regular fat, which stores energy, brown fat burns glucose and fat to produce heat. When your room is slightly cooler, your body activates this brown fat to keep you warm. The result? More glucose gets used up overnight, leaving your blood sugar steadier by morning. Studies confirm this effect. In a clinical trial published in Diabetes, participants who slept in rooms cooled to around 66 degrees Fahrenheit for a month increased their brown fat activity by 42% and improved their insulin sensitivity by nearly 10%. These are measurable changes that happened without altering diet or exercise, just from adjusting the thermostat. For diabetics and seniors, this is especially valuable. Nighttime glucose spikes often go unnoticed but add up over time, stressing the heart, nerves, and kidneys. By simply optimizing your sleep environment, you can give your body a natural push to keep sugar under control while you rest. But before you rush to drop your thermostat, there are a few things to keep in mind. The goal isn't to shiver all night. Extreme cold can disrupt sleep and raise stress hormones like cortisol, which actually worsens blood sugar control. Instead, aim for a moderate coolness, generally between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. This range encourages brown fat activity without sacrificing comfort. If you don't have control over your thermostat, small adjustments can still work. Try using a lighter blanket, opening a window for ventilation, or turning on a ceiling fan. Wearing breathable cotton sleepwear can also help your body maintain a cooler temperature naturally. And here's another benefit. Cooler sleep environments are linked to deeper, more restorative sleep. Poor sleep alone is a risk factor for high blood sugar, since it raises hunger hormones and decreases insulin sensitivity. So, by cooling your bedroom, you're not only burning more glucose but also improving sleep quality, both of which make a noticeable difference in managing diabetes. Some people even find that alternating their sleep environment, cooler during the week and normal on weekends, helps them adapt slowly without discomfort. Seniors who are more sensitive to temperature changes can start with just a 1 or 2 degree adjustment and monitor how they feel in the morning. And remember, this habit works best when combined with the others in this routine. Lowering blood sugar at night isn't about one magic fix, but rather stacking small, consistent changes that together make a powerful impact. So if you've never thought about how your bedroom temperature affects your health, now is the time to try it. A slightly cooler room could mean steadier blood sugar, deeper sleep, and a healthier heart, all while you're fast asleep. The last step in this night routine may be the most overlooked of all, making sure your body gets enough magnesium before bed. Magnesium is a mineral that quietly works behind the scenes in over 300 processes in the body. One of its most important jobs is helping insulin do its work. Without enough magnesium, insulin has a harder time moving glucose into your cells. The result? More sugar lingers in the bloodstream overnight, raising fasting levels in the morning. And here's the surprising part. Research shows that most older adults don't get enough magnesium, even when they eat a balanced diet. Over time, this deficiency can make it harder to control blood sugar, raise the risk of cramps that disturb sleep, and even worsen heart health. Several studies back this up. A large review in Diabetes Care found that people with higher magnesium intake had a significantly lower risk of type 2 diabetes. Another trial showed that magnesium supplementation improved insulin sensitivity in people with prediabetes, lowering both fasting glucose and evening blood sugar. For seniors, this is critical because magnesium not only improves blood sugar control, but also calms muscles, reduces leg cramps, and promotes restful sleep. So how do you add magnesium to your night routine? You have a few options. One simple way is a warm bath soak with Epsom salts. The magnesium in the salts is absorbed through your skin, helping to relax tight muscles and calm your body before bed. This not only aids sleep, but also supports steady glucose levels overnight. Another option is to eat a light magnesium-rich snack. Foods like pumpkin seeds, almonds, or a small serving of leafy greens can give you a boost without raising blood sugar. If you prefer, you can also use a magnesium supplement, but keep the dose small, around 200 to 300 milligrams, unless your doctor recommends more. Too much magnesium at once can cause digestive discomfort. And here's a tip. Magnesium works even better when paired with a bedtime routine that reduces stress. Stress hormones like cortisol naturally raise blood sugar, but magnesium helps counteract this effect by calming the nervous system. That's why people who take it before bed often report deeper, more refreshing sleep and lower morning glucose levels. Of course, there are precautions. If you have kidney problems, it's especially important to talk with your doctor before starting supplements. The kidneys are responsible for removing excess magnesium, and if they aren't working well, magnesium can build up to unsafe levels. For most healthy seniors, though, modest amounts from food or small supplements are safe and highly effective. One more benefit, magnesium supports heart rhythm and blood vessel relaxation. Since people with diabetes already face higher risks of heart problems, this mineral gives you a double layer of protection, steady blood sugar, and a stronger cardiovascular system. So, while it may not be as exciting as a new superfood or supplement trend, magnesium might just be the missing link in your blood sugar management. Add it to your night routine, whether through a soak, a snack, or a supplement, and you'll likely notice fewer nighttime awakenings, steadier mornings, and better overall control. When combined with the other steps in this routine, magnesium creates a powerful foundation for both your sleep and your health. To wrap it all up, we've explored 5 simple yet powerful habits you can add to your evenings to keep blood sugar steady and protect your health. From a soothing cup of cinnamon tea to a protein-rich bedtime snack, a short walk after dinner, cooler bedroom temperatures, and finally, a magnesium-rich routine, each step targets a different way your body manages glucose overnight. Together, these habits form a night routine that works while you sleep. They support insulin sensitivity, prevent glucose crashes and rebounds, improve circulation, activate natural fat-burning processes, and even calm your muscles and nerves so you wake up rested. For seniors especially, these aren't just small changes. They're tools to help protect your heart, your energy, and your independence. Of course, balance is key. None of these steps replace your prescribed treatment, and it's always wise to check with your doctor before adding new supplements. But by building these habits into your evenings, you're stacking the odds in your favor, creating nights that heal instead of harm. Don't underestimate the power of consistency. Results often show up in just a few weeks: steadier fasting numbers, fewer morning spikes, and deeper, more restorative sleep. And remember, these habits don't work in isolation. Pair them with healthy daytime meals, enough hydration, and gentle activity, and you'll be giving your body the full support it needs to keep blood sugar under control. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. There's plenty more coming your way to help you live stronger, healthier, and more confident every day.